Good day, everybody. Today I'm going to be showing you how to play the card game Uno Nonpartisan or Nonpartisan Uno. Now this game is for 2 to 10 players and it is for ages 7 and up. Now the object of Uno Nonpartisan is you're going to try to become the first player to either reach 500 points or have the lowest score depending on how you're doing the scoring. And in playing the rounds, you're going to try to be the first person to get rid of all of your cards. In this game, there are going to be 4 different colored cards. There's going to be purple, yellow, green, and orange, and all of the numbers are going to be from 0 to 9. And there are also some special action cards. Now you'll notice that there are no red or blue colored cards in this game. Apparently these cause political discourse, so in this version they are not there. In the very beginning, you're going to deal out 7 cards to each player, and you're going to put this politics card here in the middle, and then you're going to go ahead and flip over the discard. So what you're mainly going to be doing is you're going to be looking at your hand, and you're going to be able to play a card if it is the same color as the card over there, or if it is the same number or text as the card that is in the discard pile. So for example, if I wanted to play a green 6, I could very well play the green 6. If I wanted to play the purple 7, I could play the purple 7 because it is the same color. Now, if it turns out that I don't have any cards that I can play, I'm going to go ahead and draw a card here, and in this case I drew a green 2. Now, if I can't play that card, I'm going to put this in my hand and my turn is going to end. However, if this is a playable card, I can go ahead and play it. Now, if I want to, I can actually draw a card even if I have a playable card in my hand. If I do that, and I draw a playable card, I can go ahead and play this card. If not, I will go ahead and put this card back in my hand, but this will be the only card I will be able to play. If it turns out I draw this card and it's not playable. Now, along with the numbered cards, you also have action cards that are going to be available to you. You have the reverse card. If you play this, this is going to reverse the order of play. So if it's going from right to left, if you play this, in this case, it will go left to right. And if this turns out to be the first discard after all the cards have been dealt, then whatever direction it was going to go, it will go ahead and be reversed. This is the skip card. If you play this, the person that is next is going to get skipped and it's going to go to the player after him. Now, if after you've dealt the cards, this is the card that's turned up in the discard pile, whoever starts the round is going to go ahead and get skipped. This is the draw 2 card. If you play this, the next player will draw 2 cards and then lose their turn. If this is the card that is the first one to show up on the discard pile after all the cards are drawn, the player whose turn it is going to draw 2 cards. We also have the wild card. If you play this, you will be able to change the color to any color you want, to the purple, the red, the green, or the yellow. This is the draw 4 wild card. If you play this, the next player is going to have to draw 4 cards and you will be able to pick a color that you would like. There is a hitch to this card though. You cannot play this card if you have a card in your hand that is playable via the color. So if I had another purple card in my hand, I would not be able to play this. And if my opponent gets suspicious that I'm cheating, he can challenge me. I'll have to show him my hand. If it turns out that he is correct and I actually had a color card that I could play, I'm going to have to be the one that draws the 4 cards. However, if he is incorrect, he's not only going to have to draw the 4 cards, but he's also going to have to draw 2 cards as a penalty. If the wild draw 4 card is the one that shows up as the first discard, then that card is going to be removed and a new card will take its place. You also have these wild customizable cards over here. What you can do is you can write any kind of rule you want on here, and this is one that's going to allow you to change the colors as well. Unlike the wild draw 4 cards, you can play this card at any time. If the custom wild card is the first card that is in the discard pile, then the player whose turn it is will go ahead and carry out that action. In the middle of the table, you have the veto card. Now, if somebody decides to start talking politics, you can slap this card on them, and as a penalty, they're going to have to skip their turn, and afterwards, the card will be returned to the middle of the table. So a little bit of how this game works. Let's just say it's my turn. I play a purple 2. It goes to my opponent. My opponent looks at his hand. He has a purple 8. He decides he's going to go ahead and play that. It goes to me. I have a purple skip card, so in this case it's going to go ahead and skip this player. Now in a 2-player game, it's just simply going to go back to me, but in more than that, it's just simply going to skip the player next to me. So let's just say eventually it goes back to player 2, and player 2, he plays this 7 over here, and then I don't have a card to play, so I'm going to go ahead and pick up a card, and I can't play anything. And so then it goes back to player 2 in this case, and he's going to look, and he has a wild card. He plays the wild card and he decides he's going to turn the color green. So then I'll go ahead and look at my hand. I will go ahead and play the green 2, and so on and so forth. Now, when someone gets down to 1 card, they're going to have to yell out the word Uno. If they fail to do this and they get busted, they're going to have to go ahead and draw 2 cards. Now, when someone plays their last card, that is going to count as going out, and then everybody's going to go ahead and tally up their points. Now, if they end up playing an action card like a draw 2 or a draw 4 or something like that as their last card, then the next person is going to have to draw those cards and add that to their total. And there's 2 ways you can score in this game. The player who goes out is going to receive the points from all of the other players of their cards. And this is the point value system for all the cards over there. As you can see, all the number cards are their face value. Draw 2s are 20 points, reverse is 20 points, etc. And the winner of the game is going to be the first person to reach 500 points, meaning the winner of the hand is going to receive the points from the players. Now, there's an alternative way you can score. Everybody will just simply count up the points, and they will keep those points for themselves. And once one player reaches 500, everybody's going to look at their point value, and whoever has the lowest point value, in that case, is going to win. And that, folks, is how you play Uno Nonpartisan.